I opened up today's program discussing the fact that the NSA has been pushed back just a little, and that we now know that the FBI is flying drones over certain American cities where they're spying on thousands of people, okay? And I asked the question, what would Thomas Jefferson do if he knew that a drone was flying around Monticello, his home, and knew that the government had ordered someone to keep a copy of all of his correspondence? What would George Washington do if the same was happening to him? I think most of us know that they would start a revolution. They would start a shooting war. Now, I then went to happy chemicals. Most of us, not all of us, but most of us like happy chemicals. I believe that we're designed by the Lord to want to be at peace, okay? I know that there are people who are fighting depression, things like that, and they would gravitate towards the self-hurtful or the sad, but for the most part, most of us would prefer to be happy. And that's healthy. But there are passages in the Bible that say, for example, Paul wrote, as sorrowful yet always rejoicing. I believe James wrote, he said, let your joy be turned to sorrow and your laughter turned to mourning, because of the wickedness that was around and the judgment that was to come. And that's what I want to focus on, to kind of pull this all together. Our godless devices, as I call them, and I'm talking about our smartphones, our dumb phones, our tablets, our computers, our televisions, the movie industry, the sports industry, the gossip industry. Need I go on? These devices have created the ability to get chemical reactions, whatever they might be, or to create a false sense of happiness or a false sense of community, such as through Facebook. But to go back to the Bread and Circuses, they've done to us exactly what the ancient Caesars wanted to do to retain their iron grip on the plebeians, the riffraff, the people. The phrase bread and circuses, it became in Rome, and it retains its meaning now. It means that you can make people live under a tyranny as long as you provide them with bread. They get to eat, they're not starving, and that also means, you know, they've got a decent roof over their head, clothing. So bread means their bodily needs. And circuses, the ability to laugh, the ability to go, ooh, because you might remember that most of the circuses in the Roman Empire were free. Yes, they were free, people. They were free. And so the people of Rome became sated, full of this often heinous and immoral garbage. They were full, they had bread, they had laughter, they had drama, they had violence, they had it all. They got to have chemical rushes involving watching other people in violent acts. And then they had the Caesar able to rule over them. People that kept under heel for a long time, for centuries. You see where I'm headed with this. We have circuses at our fingertips, at our disposal, 24 hours a day. And you might go to the Drudge Report to read a story on Hillary Clinton's presidency, and then you go to that story, and then there's a stream over here about Richard Gere, 10 photos celebrities wish never existed. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, okay? And it's just a click away. And so whether the sin that we have a taste for is gossip or lust or false witness or greed or covetousness or hatred, whatever it might be, they're all there at our fingertips. And so all of these chemicals and all of these distractions, all of these circuses can distract us to the point where we don't have anything left to offer by means of a reaction that has force and valor. We have nothing left to offer to stand against the godless NSA and the godless FBI. While they put their grip, an iron grip around us, and strangle the life and liberty out of us. Just please tell me who's going to be in the Super Bowl. I have been a leader in the pro-life movement for 30 years. And sadly, we have not prevailed in our goal to make it a criminal act to kill an unborn baby. There's reasons why we have failed. I wrote this book, A Humble Plea, to Catholic bishops, to evangelical clergy, and to lay people, explaining where we went wrong and what we have to do to prevail. We've made this available as a PDF online for free. I encourage you to go and download your own copy.